When you're inspecting a home or building for buying or selling, your top priority should be inspecting systems that affect the structural integrity of the building. Water leaks is the #1 reason causing insurance claims. That's a fact from the insurance companies. Undetected, unseen, tiny leaks from faulty plumbing can seriously undermine the structural integrity and can lower the resale value by huge chunks. Rotting or wet walls harbor mold and other microbes that cause respiratory illnesses such as asthma and allergies. And wet walls are a host to critters that carry diseases. Second on your list of priorities is electrical fire safety. In this video, I'll show you what to look for when it comes to inspecting the laundry room and what those findings might mean. Many people take the guided tour from the real estate agent that's padded with lies left, right and center and spell out in various forms, "Please buy this property, I need to pay for my kids' college." Many people don't get much deeper, therefore, than how nice the view is from the living room window or how close buses and schools are. Those are important, but if your health gets permanently damaged by a leaky basement or a leaky building, that's gonna be inconvenient. That's gonna be life-altering. And if you're unable to work on account of that disease that you get from your toxic home, that's gonna be hurting your budget too. So, inspecting a laundry room is fairly simple. Dress appropriately. Sometimes you're gonna be on your knees. Get ready to get dirty. So, a three-piece Armani suit is inappropriate for home inspections. T-shirt and jeans, yes. Bring yourself a mirror and a flashlight. Very straightforward. And we're talking naked eye observations. There is no need for digital electronics devices and measuring instruments. Those exist and those are nice, but you don't need them. And I'll show you why. I'll explain why. So first thing to inspect is the room itself. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the room and then the appliances, washer and dryer. Let's start with the room. Your nose and your sense of smell is of critical importance. If you don't have a good sense of smell, bring your buddy, your mother-in-law, anybody. Bring 3 of them. It doesn't matter. It's going to be your house, your home, and it's your life. Bring people with good sense of smell and smell the basement, smell the laundry room, and just take it in. Does it smell dry? If it doesn't, if it's musty, you don't need a digital instrument to show you that it is musty. If it smells musty, it's because it's wet. Because it's wet, it harbors mold and other microbes. Mold and microbes exchange gases with the atmosphere around them, and you can smell mold. Very straightforward. If it's musty, if it's moldy, it's wet. End of story. And any kind of technological wonder and instrumentation is going to show you just exactly that. Your nose is just as good and just as sufficient. Just believe your nose and believe your senses, Luke. One more thing about the room itself. Look for evidence of previous floods and moisture problems. Look at the walls, look at the floor, look at the ceiling. You might see staining on all of these things, items delaminating and peeling. Okay, if you have a flood above or a leak, you might see staining coming down. If you have a puddle on the floor, the walls will wick up the moisture to a certain height somewhere, and usually there is a band here that's visible where at the height to which moisture was lifted through capillary action in masonry walls, concrete walls, and drywall works the same way. So that line that's usually known as efflorescence, it's visible. They can paint over it, but that doesn't last long. The peeling and staining will come through. Okay, so look for stains if you don't have good eyes. Again, just like with the sense of smell, get your body, get proper lighting. That usually helps, you know, but get your bodies and somebody who doesn't need reading glasses and, you know, those kind of things. Okay, so more people will discover more things in general. So stains, anything peeling, delaminating, flaking, coming apart on the walls, on the floor. Is the floor peeling up, curling up, staining, something circular, circular stains that look like there's a low spot and there are puddles in there. Okay, baseboard and molding and trim items, are they delaminating and deforming and whatever due to periodically or regular getting wet? So those kind of things. Touch the walls with your hand. This is your body, is your thermometer. Does it feel warm? If it doesn't feel warm, it could be because it's concrete, and concrete can be cold to the touch, but concrete is cold to the touch because it's wicking away body heat. Concrete is porous, it soaks up moisture, usually from the dirt backfill that's against it, and is wicking away heat from your body. So this is a dry wall. It feels dry, it feels nice, you can touch it and lean on it, it feels warm. It doesn't need digital instrumentation, just touch the walls. Okay, so check the air, check the walls, check the floor and sump. Look for moisture, trapped moisture, invisible moisture, with your eyes, with your mind, with your hands, with your nose and lungs. Now, next one, let's move on to the 4 most frequently found pieces of hardware that are in a laundry room. Sump and sump pumps, ceiling fans, a washer and a dryer. Let's do those. Look around on the floor. Are there any sump pumps? Sumps and sump pumps sometimes are covered with a small grill or grate or something that allows an accidental spillage on the floor to be drained and is connected to the perimeter drain that runs around the building. Where is the sump pump? How is the sump looking? Is it filled up with socks, toys, dust, garbage? When was the last time it was cleaned? How's the sump pump looking? What is its exact make and model number? What year was it manufactured? Where is its user manual, just in case you need parts for it? You need to ask those questions, because all you're gonna get from the real estate agent is, here, laundry room, yeah, nice, moving along, close the door. That's not nearly enough. It's gonna be your life, and if you wreck it with breathing in diseases that exist in the basement, it's gonna be your problem. Because they will sell you a defective home, guaranteed. So look around for sumps and sump pumps and ask for and find technical detail about those items. Maintenance log would be fantastic, but it's more on the dream list, but just go with it. Next one, ceiling fan over here. Does it even switch on? This one does. Let's see if it holds a sheet of paper, just a single sheet of paper. Is it effective? This one is. How clean is the grill on it? Have a look. If it looks filthy, then it's filthy. It's unable to evacuate moisture. If it looks clean and spotless and flawless, it's in good condition. I'm not saying that this item is a deal breaker, but it's an important part of evacuating moisture because this is a laundry room where moisture happens. Next thing, appliances. Let me just switch this noise off. Do the appliances look nice and clean? Are they filthy? How is the paint job on it? That one has some discoloration in it, but that's okay. There's still paint underneath it, and this one doesn't seem to be raised or textured. It's not a glue residue. I don't know what it is. Same stuff as with a sump pump. Where are the manuals? We've got the manuals for the washer with the exact make and model number in it, because here all it says is Canmore 80 series. That's cute, but the dryer says exactly the same thing, so this doesn't tell us enough. In a washer you might find also a serial number and everything. Somewhere where you open the door you find these stickers on stuff with some simplified instructions. Same on the dryer. You look around, if you have a manual, that's super nice for them. Now this is the, so far so good, this is the easy stuff. Now the hookups, the services for these are super important, and get ready to do work at this point. If they are so tight as these two are, this is where the flashlight comes in handy. You have to look at the hookups and find the hookups. If the washer leaks water, say as it's emptying itself, how would you even know if you need to, you know, you're gonna be mopping here, but how would you even stop a leak? You can't. Oh, if you want to turn away the cold water or the hot water inlet at the valves, where are the valves? Do you see any valves here? They are somewhere behind the washing machine, buried. So dig it out. I'll show you how it's done. So let's get to work. Open it up. This is why you wear comfortable work clothes, and drag the thing out somehow. The hoses and the electrical power cord must stretch enough, so you should be able to find, or should be able to pull them away from the wall some distance. Now that you have some gap there, you can actually put your head in there and you can look. However, I'm gonna pull it all the way out so we can walk in there easily. It's not much more work. There. You can see the problem there right away with the paint job. What the hell is that? What the bleeding heart of Santa is that? Did some retard just paint around the washer just like so, in the same shape? It used to be this gay pink and now it's white, and they painted around the washing machine. What kind of retard would do that? And why would anybody do that? Those are the immediate questions there. The explanation is forthcoming in a sec. Just give me a few more seconds here. I'm gonna unplug it here from the outlet, and we're gonna take a look. So just before we crawl into the corner of fresh hell there, lack of paint isn't the problem. Lack of access to plumbing items is a problem, because on a washer you have a hot water hose, a cold water hose, and a drain pipe attached. And if any leak happens here between the back of the washing machine and the wall, if any leaks go on unnoticed there for years, if the structure is damaged, it could cost tens of thousands of dollars to repair it. And likewise, even if you have a bad washer or a bad dryer and this one leaks water while it runs and works, whatever, throw it out if you don't want to repair it and get a new one. It costs a lot of money, but is nowhere near the magnitude of damage and cost that leaking plumbing items can cause. So let's see what's inside. This is how it looks like after a massive amount of cleanup. So, like I said, you have hot water and cold water pipes, and this drain pipe here. And first thing that you notice here, besides this disturbing pink color, is the obvious lack of drywall. What the hell happened here? What necessitated removal of this piece of drywall? And in the same way I kind of hid it out of view, drywall is missing and is chewed up there, over there. I'm going to talk about it now in one shot. Drywall is not a structural item, but is needed for fire safety, because the 2x4s in the wall are combustible. So it's a problem that you don't have a 2x4 exposed and you don't have a chunk of drywall there. It's been torn away because some retard bought a washer and a dryer that are too wide and they don't fit wall to wall. It needs that little bit of gap there that the removal of the drywall adds to the width of the room so they can place the items here. Even so, neither the washer nor the dryer fit the original door opening there, and I had to make it wider. There you can see it on the ground by that much, so we can get the dryer out and the washer, dryer and the washer. So back to so that's what's happening with the drywall. Drywall is cheap, it's not critical, but the reason why it's missing is that it's a geometric challenge with the amount of space. So likewise here, it's not a critical item. Drywall is really cheap, but what are the underlying problems here? Well, the underlying problems are that the hot water supply here has the valve on it. Does it even work? Turn it off, turn it on. Are there any leaks? Is anything wet? Turn it, seriously, turn it fully off, turn it fully on to see how it changes to the pressure. Make the pipe drip, behave, whatever, and take a really close look. That's why we have this light, and look for anything wet and evidence of critters. Not just spiders and spider webs, but shed skins of pill bugs or shed insect skins, rat poop, or anything, droppings of any kind. So some of this lint disgusting mess still needs to be cleaned up, because in this pipe here that obviously broke, this is from the dryer. So we're gonna get to this disgusting pipe here, but first let's just finish the plumbing here a little bit. The plumbing here looks okay as is, holding water. It's not draining as is, but you can see that the pipe is green there. Green is a corrosion of copper. There you can see it's green there. It's a problem. It's also green there, and the studs are charred here. Okay, somebody's flushing something, that's good. Let's check the pipes. Any leaks? None visible from this simple flush somewhere, which is good. So the charring is from soldering the copper joints there. So this also verifies that this is a 1971 building. The age of copper and the state of copper or condition of copper is consistent with the age of the building. It's never been upgraded, or it's not PEX pipe. So corroded pipes are a problem. They might start leaking tomorrow. Upgrading this to PEX pipe is fairly straightforward and can be done in sections of the house. It doesn't all have to be done at once. It needs a plumber here. You can see parts of the copper pipes are in much better condition, so you can just fix the parts that look corroded and ugly. And while you do so, they can rotate the valves so they can stick out, turn them 90 degrees out from the wall, so a two pieces of drywall can be placed here and mudded and taped as per building codes. Next item here, just before we get back to this pipe, is this duplex outlet, which is borderline joke. I really don't want to get electrocuted, but it doesn't look nice, decent, or normal. Let's just plug in this thing here. It looks loose and wobbly. Like this is stupid. And the washing machine draws 10 amps, major amount. You have 15 amp breakers in the system. So this is not looking decent enough. Take a look at the plug. Anything molten? Does it have all its pins solid in it? Looks good. So I just gonna leave it there. But the plug on the dryer, which was unplugged from the outlet, from the dryer's 30 amp outlet there, fared much worse. If you look at this, this is how the plug looks like. It's corroded, green and pink and whatever. It's not copper colored, like this ground pin is flawless, but this one isn't. So you can see it's also molten there. So something is not making contact inside this molded head here. There is arcing inside this. That arcing generates heat. That heat melts the plastic and deforms it. This problem was not visible from the outside because that's all you see. And wow, it looks good. No, it doesn't. Unplug it and check it. So a new plug is readily available from the store. Here is one. This is how it looks like when it's flawless. There, you get the idea. Okay, nothing molten. So this one needs to be fixed, as well as run the washer. Going back to plumbing for one sentence, sorry. Run a cycle on the washer, test it, see it's holding pressure now, and as it's pressurized and holding water. But run a cycle on it and spin it, not to check how well the washer operates, but are there any leaks here. Okay, run the water through the washing machine. Likewise, run the dryer, see that it blows some air. Does it even work? And so this is the problem that we have here. This is plastic and it's just tearing apart like this. Any pipe that's flexible has this kind of problem. The recesses inside the flexible pipe are really just collecting lint. Okay, this is disgusting beyond belief here. It's dry to the touch, but it's just yucky. So this obviously needs to be fixed with a solid piece of pipe and a flexible 90-degree elbow that replaces these sections. These sections pivot and turn and whatever, so you can set it to whatever angle you like or you need. And so again, fixing the dryer's vent pipe is important so that moist air can exit from the building through the pipe without hitting any clogs. And that's also the reason why you check the washer's operation again. Is it leaking any water underneath? Also check the floor, check the walls. Are there any stains on it that would indicate any kind of leakage from the washer? So that would be basically the idea with checking electrical items and plumbing items in a laundry room with the and around the appliances. So the appliances themselves aren't too important. The structure and plumbing is important, and the electrical fire safety. Both of these plugs are ridiculous. So I got some work ahead of me here. Thank you very much for watching. Just finished mopping here. I had a little bit of a spill. There's no evidence of staining here on the walls or anything, but this drain hose needs to be solidly on the washer, and it's only seated well when the end of the hose, the edge of the hose here, touches this rib here, this raised rib here. This rib ends right here. So when the hose is pushed back all the way to this point here, that's when the hose is on properly, just like so. So it was just barely on. Now it's fixed. Alright, now I'm really done. Hey, we've got sunflower seeds in this dryer lint. Ah, it's interesting. That guy or previous owner must have had a bird store in here, or birds feeding something. Now, I haven't used the head flashlight and the mirror much, but I had the luxury of using the trouble light. Wherever you're going, you may not have this, but you could have these. They are fantastically easy to carry and work just as well.